us to the river. Take us there in unity to sing a song of your salvation.
Morning. Thanks for watching the video. This is an expanded teaching on the theme of Daniel and honor and integrity. Daniel, a man of honor and integrity. I'm sitting in my porch by the banks of the East Branch of the Westfield River. It's a great place to study, great place to listen, and I appreciate you all tuning in to this YouTube expansion of our study of Daniel. My name is Pastor Toby Quirk. I'm the pastor of Pioneer Valley Assembly of God in Huntington, Massachusetts, and I want to get right to this study. We've been looking at the book of Daniel during the month of June 2010, and what we see here is a man of incredible high moral character, a man of honor and a man of integrity, and we don't see that too often today. We don't see integrity and honor taught even that much today. And I've got a number of material here that I want to share with you. So I'm going to be skipping around here a little bit. But first of all, let's go to the scripture. And of course, it's in the book of Daniel. And I'm going to start with the early chapters and explain it just a little bit. As we know, Daniel has been taken into captivity in the nation of Babylon by King Nebuchadnezzar, and he has been selected to go through a training program and become an advisor to the king. So they have brought him into this training facility, and he's under the supervision of the king's chief of staff, whose name is Aspenaz. And they brought him into this probably a fortress type thing with rooms and sleeping facilities and a dining hall and teaching facilities. And so you can imagine this pre-medieval kingdom, a portion of the palace in Babylon, and there are these young men who've been selected to go through this training. And so they tell him that he's required to eat a certain diet. So our first challenge to Daniel's integrity has to do with food, of all things. And here's how it goes. This is Daniel chapter 1, verse... let me see where we want to start here. Verse 5, the king has assigned them a daily ration of the best food and wine from his own kitchens. They were to be trained for a 3-year period, and some of them would be made his advisors in the royal court. But Daniel, verse 8, Daniel made up his mind not to defile himself by eating the food and drinking the wine given to them by the king. He asked the chief official for permission to eat other things instead. And you find out later that that was a very simple diet of vegetables and water. This is an indication of Daniel's discipline, of his integrity, and of his honor. I want to talk about honor for a little bit and see if we can help define it. You hear about things. Honor is almost like a cheerleading word. It's like a Hallmark greeting card sort of a word. Honor this, honor that. Some things come to mind. On my honor. There's certain pledges and recitations that organizations have that will start with on my honor. So take a second and try to figure out what that means. On my honor. On my honor. On my what? On my honor. So what is it? What are you placing on? The motto and the pillar of the honor code of West Point, United States Military Academy, is duty, honor, country. Well, it's pretty obvious what the country is, United States of America. Duty has the implication of fulfilling requirements that are associated with your job. Doing your duty, doing those things that might not be pleasurable or preferences of yours, but doing the duty because it's a requirement. Duty on our country. The fifth commandment given by God to Moses and the people of Israel: honor your father and your mother. So in this case, honor is a verb in the imperative sense. Go out and honor your mother and your father. So we have on my honor, duty, honor, country as a noun. Then the verb honor your mother and your father. We hear hymns based on Scripture. One of the hymns that comes to mind is "Let there be honor and glory and praises, honor and glory to Jesus." So we give honor to Jesus. Honor, give honor. Here's an example. In the Revolutionary War, with the British Army being a European, regimented, very organized and strictly disciplined army by the rules of engagement in Europe, they came to America and fought with the colonial army, which was really informal militia of hunters and farmers and marksmen. And so when, in the early stages of the war, the British Army would fight by the rules of engagement that were passed down through the centuries, where they would line up in lines and take their aim against the enemy across an open field. And the enemy would line up in lines and they would engage each other in rifle fire. And that was the honorable way to fight. But the Americans, the colonial army, they would fight from behind trees and behind rocks and from concealed and covered positions. And the British would say, well, that's a dishonorable way to fight. They were dishonoring the rules of engagement. People say that there is honor among thieves, and so forth. There are honor codes. So let's see in this video if we can get a handle on the scriptural definition. What is God's definition of honor? What is honor all about? So I want to have that discussion here.